Millions of people waste time grinding through hundreds of rapid sit-ups, only to suffer burnout and a completely flat core. This failure comes from a biological misconception, the belief that the abdomen is a single, flat sheet of muscle designed for endless folding. This anatomical model reveals the truth. The abdominal wall is a three-dimensional architecture divided into three distinct zones. These zones have specific roles. The upper segment curls your torso, the lower tilts your pelvis, and the sides rotate your frame. Building an aesthetic core requires shifting focus toward a binary process, constructing the three-dimensional structure, and then excreting it. Looking at this schematic of the human pelvis, the lower segment of the core acts as a foundational anchor for the entire abdominal wall. The primary job of these lower muscles is to tilt the pelvis and draw the legs upward while maintaining total tension through the midsection. The precise mechanical solution to load this specific zone is the reverse crunch. Many people sabotage this movement by using momentum. They swing their legs back and forth rather than actually rolling the pelvis upward. To correct this, pause at the top of the curl, then execute a slow, controlled descent to maximize time under tension. This deliberate strain bypasses the hip joints and forces the lower abdominal fibers to adapt and grow. The Russian twist loads the obliques effectively. However, the movement fails if the arms merely wave side to side. You must lean back slightly to place a continuous gravitational load on the core, then physically rotate the ribcage as one locked unit. Executing these three movements 2 to 3 times a week subjects the core to the mechanical tension necessary to build a defined, three-dimensional structure. A person can execute Phase 1 flawlessly, build a high-performance core, and still see no definition in the mirror. This cross-section illustrates the problem. The abdominal wall is covered by subcutaneous fat, acting like an opaque blanket obscuring the muscle. Two people can have identical core strength, but only one has a visible six-pack depending on body fat percentage. This leads to Phase 2, excavation. Revealing the muscle is a metabolic task handled in the kitchen by maintaining a small caloric deficit and eating adequate protein. Sustained consistency in that dietary deficit forces the body to thin the layer of fat obscuring the core. A visible six-pack emerges when targeted mechanical tension meets the metabolic consistency required to unearth the underlying architecture.